Good morning, everybody. Thursday morning, back at the Hideout woods. Been a while since I was over here. I know you guys can see the change in the colors. Not to mention we got the little runoff going here. New top out of a tree right there. And I haven't been over to the Hideout. Not yet. I'll spend a night or two. Go over and check the trail camera that I have left over there for a month now. See if there's anything on it. I hope so. I'll come back up to the campsite. Thanks for joining me today. Thought I might sit down here and have a pipe. Think about this situation for just a minute or two. Could string the way I normally do, but the way I'm sitting right now is where the wind's going to be coming from tonight. Don't know whether I want to go sideways or long ways and button up the end. I don't know. Trying something a little bit different this time. And I got my new friends with me here this time also. Spirit Forest. Go check all the young ladies out. They got a really nice outdoor channel going, and I think you'll enjoy it. Now, the more I think about it, the more I think I'm just going to string up like I normally do. Maybe the wind won't be too bad tonight. I hope not. Looking for a low of about 32. I think somewhere along the way down in here it's going to be a little cooler than that. It's low 50s right now, 52, 53 degrees. Very light wind. Hope it doesn't get too bad. Let me get to stretching my stuff up here and get ready to spend the night. Not sure I could have picked a nicer day to get over here. It's been raining, messy. I wanted to get over for a rain camp, but I just couldn't make it. Everything's really changed, grayed up a lot. Lost a lot of the small stuff down on the ground. It took me a few minutes to get set up, but I think that'll work for tonight. Haven't stretched my underquilt yet. I tried something on this homemade tarp that didn't work out so good. I tried to add some wings out here on it. And they kind of worked if you were sitting up low or had the tarp a little higher. Set up kind of low to the ground tonight. Means that it's going to get cool. And made provisions to get this front down when I get in there for the night. I don't know whether I'm going to pull the end together or not. I've got it set so I can. Let's just see how that works out. I have found out one thing real quick about that tarp. It's probably 10 degrees warmer in there than it is where I'm at right here. Get a focus there on about 65. Yeah. I don't think it's hardly 65 out here. It might be. I'm going to get here and clean out the fire pit. I left quite a bit of wood there the last time. Go out and retrieve just a little bit more. And then I'm going to sit here and enjoy the woods today. Not do much anything else, I don't think. Stick around, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I messed around, got some firewood together. Probably enough more than tonight. Got a couple of bigger pieces thrown there, a little bit damp. Hopefully have some left over in the morning. 59 degrees. It's dropping pretty quick. About like they said, we got a cold front coming through today. First part of tonight. I think I'm going to be alright here. Oh yeah, I had me a little raisin snack. And if you guys put raisins in a seal meal, kind of expect them to be like a candy bar when you take them out. Mine was a little stiff. Anyway, before we went any further, I wanted to say something to Johnny at Jeep Things Outdoors, and to everybody else too. You guys have seen my cold weather gear. What you didn't see last winter, I done a video response for Jonah 365 Outdoors, and showed off what I had pretty much. I'm going to use the same stuff this year. This bag is a Granite Gear stuff sack. I just let the compression go on a little bit there. There's 2 sleeping bags in here. Right now I've got them zipped together. One bag, they're both 40-degree bags, and one bag I was comfortable down to high 30s. But tonight's supposed to be down in the 20s, and tomorrow night too, I'm thinking going to be in the 20s. So I zipped both bags together. I wanted to show you guys how that I hooked up the suspension on them for what it is. It works for me. Got to do a little extra tie up, but that's not a big deal. Well, let me go to fishing them out of here. This Granite bag, I don't know what size it is, but it's plenty large. And right now it's got a knot. There we go. Let me get the knot out so I can open it up. There we go. These bags are, I guess, on the mummy side of a bag. They are just a little bit smaller at the foot end than they are at the head. And it does have a hood set up on it too. Both bags, like I say, identical. Just got them zipped together. And for my suspension, I'm not sure exactly what this is. I just had a bunch of it left over from the kayak. It may be 3/16. I'm not sure. Bungee. And you just take a marble. You lay these things out flat on the floor and find your furthest point. Stick a marble in there. Give it a nice little knot. Do the same thing on the other side. Works pretty good. And then I use the little S-beaners that I found down at the lake hanging in a tree. With the Byard Bay. Not Byard Bay. Wrong bay. Bard's Lake. Yeah, that was the one. But I just hooked this up on my hanging suspension out there somewhere where it draws it snug up under the bag, like, or under the hammock like I want it to be. And you can see I have a couple of lines hanging down here. This doesn't give it any suspension in the side. So to keep it from sagging so bad, I just bring this in and tie the suspension up a little bit closer. Play with it till I get it where I want it. The head end has got drawstrings, obviously, for the hood, which it's got a collar string also. That works really good for pulling it up snug. But at the foot end, I'll even go ahead and undo this. At the foot end, on the little wind break thing inside, I'm not sure what they call it, a weather shield, maybe. I took some of the same bungee, and this is always a pain to get around this corner. And on the inside of here, I just went along and poked several neat little holes and drug the bungee through there. And I had a stop off of another bag that I wasn't using, so I put a stop on it. And by pulling down on that, even with both bags together, it does a real good job of puckering it up under your foot end. Hopefully this is going to keep me nice and warm tonight. You never know. I've tried it before, and the double bags, I was at Clay Bay, the end of 210, and I used both bag setups like that, and it got down to 20 degrees that night inside my tarp setup. The wood stove really didn't do much through the night. I didn't feed it. I didn't get up and feed it through the night. So I should be plenty warm tonight, I hope. Johnny, I hope that answers the question there for you and gives everybody kind of an alternative. I can't afford to get a really nice underquilt. I've seen several out there, not going to mention any names, that I like really well. But for right now, you know, this is a little more bulky. As you've seen, it goes, you know, it's pretty long. It fits in the top of my bag, though, with all the rest of my groceries and stuff. And of course, I brought my little refrigerator this time, too. I'm not going to need it a whole lot, but just preparing to stay warm tonight without a fire. We're going to have one here in a little bit, though. Hey, no bugs, no spiders. Wow, that's new. As you can see, the sun come back out a little bit. I got this stretched up, and it does pretty good. Goes back up over here. There we go. And when you lay down in it, it's pretty nice. I got just a little bit. I can't feel myself pressing down on it, so I got plenty of loft underneath me tonight. Got the Adventure Ridge pillow. And give it another try. I've got a fleece wrapper to put it in tonight too. This is a piece of a fleece blanket. I think it's 60 wide, 74 long. And I stitched it up a little foot box in the bottom of it, folded it over. So this is going to go, I don't know, in or over the sleeping bag. And that tonight's going to be the Merrimont 40 degree down bag. Found that really nice. It's just about got me set up here. I think I'm going to take another pull or two off that pipe, enjoy the afternoon, and contemplate dinner. Daylight savings time. Whew. Got me messed up again this year, just like it always does. So I have no idea really what time it is. It's sometime in the afternoon. All I know is it feels good. You guys see a little doe standing there? She just spotted me. I didn't get out here in time to catch the two in front of her. Oh, she quit paying attention to me. And then she heard me say something. I am upwind of her. Yeah, I'm gonna leave her alone. Just as soon as I turn around or move, she's gonna take off, and I don't want to disturb her too much. I don't think I was recording there for a minute. Got three right down here from me. I'm trying to stay quiet. I lost the one in front. You guys see that one there, center screen? They keep walking just out of sight. There she is. And the one coming up behind her. I'd like to get all three of them. Not sure where the other one went. I haven't spotted it.
there they go. Well, one of them white-tailed in the air. Hope you caught that. The other one's still standing right down there. I'm gonna have to get up and move. Whitetails in the air. I knew just as soon as I crunched a leaf or two, they'd be gone.
Never guessed why the deer saw me up through the woods, huh? I thought I'd liven it up a little bit this time, put on a red one, stand out a little bit out here. I'm guessing it's 4:30ish, 51 degrees. Yeah, 51. Humidity's gone up a little bit. You can feel the dampness in the air. I think I'm going to get a fire started. Starting to get a little bit hungry. Besides that, I think it'll feel pretty good right now. See, we still got a little bit of a breeze going. Heard my hoot owl buddy a little bit ago too. Let me get some fire over here in this pit. Nothing fancy tonight. Cotton balls and twigs. Let's see what happens. Let's tear it up a little bit. Ooh. Looks like that's going to work. Got a nice little fire going. Tonight's dinner is just going to be a heat and eat. I can see it's already getting some heat. Donna made some homemade chicken chili. Pretty good. White beans, pinto beans, I believe, some green chilies. And I believe this was her homemade spices put in here. Chili spice, that's what I was trying to say. And one whole cut up chicken. I'm looking forward to getting it down. Breeze laid down. I drew the one end of the tarp in, just in case it picks up during the night. Fire does feel pretty good. 49 already. I don't know. Oh, dark 30. I think last night it got dark about 5 o'clock. Take a while to get used to it. Let me pay attention to dinner here. I'll get back to you guys in just a little while. I've just been sitting here by the fire for a few minutes. Actually, close to a couple of hours. That chili went down nice, got me a nice warm belly. Just kind of sit back and watch the fire. Feels pretty good. It's down to 39 degrees already. Feels pretty chilly away from the fire. Everything quieting down pretty good here tonight. No visitors in the camp. Haven't heard my hoot owl come back. Was kind of expecting them tonight. Deer was a nice little treat earlier too. Well, for all you folks out there that wondered what happened to me here in the last month, just kind of had to take a little sabbatical. Not tired of doing this by any means whatsoever, but just kind of hung around the house and got a few things done and trying to get this new medicine to work right. So far it's doing really good, you know. It hasn't helped my special little dream much at all. I'm still having issues with that, but as far as being able to rest, I'm getting a lot better sleep. Kind of wanted to give that a chance to do its thing, you know. Coming out here makes me relax anyway, especially when it's quiet like it is tonight. A couple of dogs barking around somewhere, but outside of that, reasonably peaceful. I didn't just take off and leave everybody. I wouldn't do that without putting out some kind of video. I don't think I'm going to hang out much longer tonight, though. Just going to get back over in the hammock, watch the fire for a little bit. I believe I'll be warm tonight, even without this. Would be kind of nice to have it over there a little bit. Pretty toasty right here. Feels good. I believe I'll have a little shot of hot water tonight. If I can find it out here. I laid it down and now I don't know where I put it. There it is. To all my viewers, thank you. If you can, step out on the porch and have a little swig with me. Like that. Yeah, I'm not going to put much more wood on the fire tonight. Just kind of sit here and enjoy what I got. Get myself nice and warm, get over there and crawl in the hammock. If anything exciting happens, I'll definitely turn the camera on. I don't know. I'd like to sleep all night. Thanks for coming along with me, guys. Do appreciate you. Talk to you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. I slept well last night and warm. I didn't even have to put the long johns on. It's a bit cool this morning getting out moving around here though. Fire's completely out, obviously. So, we're going to be lazy this morning and we're going to have breakfast from the hammock. Got some sausage and eggs, and I'm going to fix me up a thing of warm cocoa this morning. Have a brew with you guys. Something that I don't usually do. And let's see, can we get it? Yeah, about 34. I don't think it got any cooler than that last night. But we had a constant breeze all night long. Just about like it is now. A couple of times, kind of had a little bit of a leaf shower or two. Quite a few fell last night. I'll get back to you guys here in just a few minutes. Wanted to say a couple of things to two different fellas this morning. First off, Pine Tree Line Outdoors. Doug. Very nice fella. Does some really nice hikes. Goes to some extremely beautiful places. Canadian fella. He done his Trangia alcohol stove. And I wasn't thinking much on that line at the beginning, so took a couple of Coke cans, cut them down. Yeah, I poked a hole in the bottom of it. Didn't mean to, so a little JB weld. That took care of that problem. Just took a thumbtack and poked holes all the way around it. And I found out one time camping that it worked better if I would block this off. You see, I've got a little ring of aluminum foil. I've just been too lazy to cut another piece of aluminum and put in there. But it tends to work better like that. Very inexpensive. Not too hard to do either. Torn. We're going to be cooking with a little bit of shine this morning. This is the heads. And for you folks who don't know what the heads are, when you first get your still up to temperature and it starts spitting out a little shine on the end, that's the stuff you really don't want to drink. It's got impurities in it. Yeah, it can be deadly. I guess I have to go ahead and put that disclaimer in there. But really only for one reason. Alcohol poisoning. You're not going to drink a whole lot of this. This is above 180. It doesn't run much of this, and the proof starts falling off pretty quick. But this stuff works great in an alcohol stove. No need in chucking it out the door, right? I'm going to see if this thing will light up this morning. Give me a little water on the warm. Yeah, I'll put about, I don't know, an ounce or so. This is a 4-ounce bottle. It's one of my paint shop bottles. Yeah, used to have reducer in it. The reducer does not burn as well as this does, however. And I think for simplicity's sake this morning, we're, if I can find my lighter, I'm just going to light it that way instead of trying to take a ferro rod to it. It is still 35 degrees, and it doesn't like to light well when it's cold, as does no alcohol, really. Let's see if we can get a flame going on this. Now, in warm weather, that just goes poof and starts burning. And it took a light this morning. Oh yeah, nice. Little cage, just to hold the pot. It works out real good, and the old aluminum foil windscreen working good too. Got this one fired up, getting my skillet warm. I'm going to get to fixing something to eat here before long. Yeah, I didn't want to forget Carolina Chris outdoors. He done a video on making coffee in the fire pit overnight, so you got a nice warm cup to get up to. Well, you guys know I don't drink coffee. That seemed pretty interesting the way he done it, just dropping coffee beans down in like a double boiler situation. Check his videos out. Pretty interesting. The other thing to deal with coffee there, Chris, was when I was a youngin', if I got to coughing in the middle of the night sometimes and just couldn't stop, my dad would take about, that much coffee in a cup, put a full spoonful of sugar, and about 3 drops of kerosene. Stir it up, take a few sips of that. Son, I'll guarantee you'll quit coughing. Leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. I'm still alive, so it didn't get me poisoned. That's one of the reasons I don't drink coffee. You guys can see there, she gets pretty hot. That stuff there burns in comparison to the heat that you buy over the counter at the auto parts stores. That stuff works real well also. Spill my water. And there we are, not Hardly 5 minutes in. Plenty good for me. Throw this cocoa in there and get a little warmth in me this morning. One look at that and you ought to be able to tell them ain't store-bought eggs there. Every time I see my brother Brawler, he flips me up a couple of dozen of them. And this morning, one of his old hens blessed me with a double yoker. I'm going to commence to eating. And while I'm doing that and cleaning up, charge the battery on this here camera for a minute or two. Well, this is as far as I've made it. Just now 40 degrees here. I don't know what time it is. Sun's kind of over there. It's not bad this morning though. 34 when I first got up. Supposed to be in the 50s today, about like it was yesterday. But it's not getting there very fast, I can tell you that. And it won't be long here. Get my boots on and hike over to the watering hole. I've got an 8 gig card to stick in that camera over there. We'll see how much is on that 2 gig. The other one I had set up here caught one raccoon this time. I've actually seen more wildlife since I've been over here than I actually caught on the trail cams. A couple of squirrels playing earlier. I had a woodpecker come in and land right in here behind me getting breakfast a little while ago. I don't know. This is why I came over here. For no particular reason. I'm glad I brought that fleece with me though. And didn't just rely on the 40 degree bag here. I'd have probably been a bit cool. But I did have a pair of long johns if I needed them. Double underquilt worked out well. Didn't get cool from the bottom at all last night. And the breeze you see blowing right now, it has been blowing most all night. I got up a couple of times. Kind of nice though. Pretty peaceful. I'll get back here in just a little bit. Take a hike for a little while. Bound to warm up sometime today. When, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Never know. Wind still coming from the same direction. Now the north, northeast. And it's time to take a walk over to the trail camera. I don't think it's going to make it up as warm as they said today. The sweatshirt still feels pretty good. Thought I'd come across here where the big old hackberry went down. Took the small one with it. Right up the hills, I believe it was an oak tree that came down. Let that season out. Got a lot of BTUs laying there. For some reason this morning I've had a few bees come around. And they're all kind of sickly when they get there. I watched 4 die this morning. And whether it's just the cool weather getting them or what. It's a pretty good sized old root ball. Let's walk off around this way. These two right here have been down for a while. Hard to say how much longer that's going to last. Kind of changed the scenery around here just a little bit. We're just across from Alpha Camp. Let's go cut through here. And what a difference just a couple of weeks make, huh? Thought I might walk up on a little deer standing over here. I'm gonna walk down this way and come up the backside today. Pretty healthy looking stand of trees here. And if there was a deer over there, they would have spotted me by now. All that rain we had last week, it's about as full as it gets. I'm using up a little trail here. Wish I thought brought some more apples with me. See a little bit of mud stirred up right there. I think maybe somebody was here this morning. Don't see anybody now. Yeah, there it is. Let me pull the card on this thing and see if it's got anything on it. Don't hardly know what to say about this one. No images. Been here a month. And we got no images. Wherever it'll focus there, but well. Anyway, you get the message here. I don't got a clue. I've got it turned on right now. And it's not doing a thing. Brand new batteries in it. Fresh card. I don't know. It won't take pictures either. It's got some scratches on it. Something's been climbing on it. Well, I guess I might as well take this one to the house. See if I can figure out what's wrong with it. Wish I had some shots. Well, unfortunately, no pictures from the watering hole. Yeah, well, we'll try again. I'll walk back down this way, follow this little path right here, see where it leads me to. A little briar patch to start with. Found a little different kind of fungus. Trail kind of wore out. It's like something was sleeping right there. Well, all over right here. This might be a nice place to bed down. This is a trail coming up to Alpha Camp. That's new. You can kind of see from here what a mess it is. The little pathway we had cut through there. Kind of hard to get there from here now. You see the old fire reflector laying over there. There's just too many big trees leaning in the wrong direction here. Made a nice little mess, didn't it? Even made it difficult to get through here. I was walking right there. This place sure takes on a different look, doesn't it? We got a bumper crop of this green stuff, whatever it is. Anybody knows, give me a clue. It's kind of a half round, flat-sided. I don't know. Somebody let me know. And if you need some, we got a bunch. Got a couple of different ones here growing side by side. On a hackberry tree. One of the ones we lost last year. I mentioned earlier to you guys about getting carried away with the Sela meal. Earlier, yesterday. It works pretty good for crackers. Not bad. Keeps them pretty solid. Peanut butter. Yeah, it's a little messy on the end there, but I ain't figured that part out yet. Hope you folks don't mind. I went ahead and got a fire going without you. Same routine. Yeah, it's a little cooler tonight than it was last night. Yeah, I think the last time I looked at the thermometer there a while ago, it was 41. Maybe I got my nights mixed up. Maybe tonight's going to be the cold night. Either way it goes, it's time to get a fire going. It's just been chilly all day. Here in about the last 45 minutes, half hour, something like that, the wind has kind of laid down. Just barely moving the tops of the trees. Be nice if it'd stay like that all night, wouldn't it? And just in case, I'm going to add a layer of Long Johns tonight. Didn't really need them last night. Felt pretty good in the bags. I think I'm just going to have a can of soup for dinner tonight. Put some of those dehydrated hash browns in there with them. Stir them up a little bit. Let them rehydrate. Starch up a little tonight. Kind of still see the little bit of breeze coming. Changed directions 3 times today. Couldn't make up its mind. I'm going to enjoy this fire for a few minutes and fix me a can of soup. Ain't nothing like a nice warm belly and then set by a nice warm fire, is there? You guys need to try that, the dehydrated hash browns in the chicken noodle soup. Pretty good. Kind of thickens them up. A little salt and pepper. Hey, you just kind of have to excuse the road noise tonight. Seems like everybody that lives out this way has got somewhere else to be. Friday night, imagine that. Pretty happy. Excuse me, pretty happy right here. Kind of wish Donna was here. She really enjoys this too. But she doesn't enjoy being out in the cold weather. And to her, this is kind of cold. Well, I suppose everybody knows this is Veterans Day weekend observed. I'd like to say happy Veterans Day to all you guys out there that served along with myself. I do believe most of you guys that I've met would kind of like myself. I'd go back and do it again. This is way more fire than I usually have. It just being cool all day kind of got me chilled to the bone this afternoon. I sat back in the hammock and wrapped up in the sleeping bag there. Felt pretty good. Just couldn't get my feet warm. I'll get them wool socks on here just to, excuse me again. I'll get them wool socks on here again. Can't talk tonight. I'll get them wool socks on here in just a little while. And last night I didn't have any issues with cold feet at all. Gets down much cooler than that though. That setup I got right there at the top, I've got at least, is pushing the limit on that. 40-degree bag and then my little fleece blanket. That worked out pretty good. I think that broke the wind more than just the bag does for sure. And it being a down bag, that helps a lot. I wasn't ever used to that. That's the first down bag I've ever had. I believe a little shot of hot water is in order tonight. At least it is for me. This to all the veterans and all the veterans' families. Salute. Been a nice relaxing time out in the woods for me. Didn't get anything accomplished at all with the trail camera, obviously. Figure out why it's not working. Kind of odd. Told you guys before, when I walk away from those things, I always make sure they flash back at me. And that one was. And I actually done a test on it over there. I don't remember what video it was. Pulled the card and actually looked at it, had pictures on it, and it's been sitting over there since a little more than a month and had 0 pictures on it, which means that somehow or other the pictures that I looked at went away. Not sure how that happens. Had a good night's rest last night. I'm not sure what time it was when I got up. The moon was about like that, coming on the backside of a full moon. Just the way the light was coming through the trees out here, and I know this camera won't capture it. I wish it would. Is that real black and gray? Just black and gray. I kind of think I like it that way the best over here. A little more road noise with all the brush and the undergrowth gone down through there. It's still nice just to come over and sit. Need to start doing that more. Once again here, thanks to Mr. and Ms. W. You guys know who you are. I know you watch. Thanks for letting me use your little piece of property here. It's been a real safe haven for me. It's not always the quietest place in the world, but I know from where I'm sitting, that's pretty good ways to the next house. Pretty good sized piece of property right over that way I'd like to get access to. Doesn't have a whole lot of woods on it, but what it does is a nice looking stand. I don't want to try to set up camp like this anywhere else, I don't think. Just keep this one the way it is. Simple enough. Uncluttered is a good word. Well, I think I got 8 more sticks of wood. I'm going to sit here and burn it. Enjoy the warmth. And by the way, it's down to 39. So tonight might be the cold night, huh? Wish you guys were here to enjoy this with me. I miss being away from this for a month. But it was one of those situations where I just kind of felt like I had to do what I had to do at the time, and I know you guys will understand. Anything gets me up in the middle of the night, I'll get back with you guys then. Otherwise, talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Saturday morning. Looks like it's going to be a nice one today. It's supposed to. And yeah, I guess I got my nights mixed up. Got a bit cooler last night than it did night before. $28. Got a little chilly this morning. A couple of hours ago. Wasn't cold, wasn't shaky. Didn't feel like I needed to get up and start a fire, but I was a bit cool. And I keep looking around because there's been 3 gunshots already this morning. Today opens deer season. And earlier on this morning, before it started getting light at all, I saw a flashlight back up in that field over there. And that's where the last shot come from. It didn't come this way. And I didn't hear no rustling around, so I don't know whether you got a deer or not. I had 4 walk about 50 feet behind the hobo shack over there last night. Shined a flashlight on them. Didn't pay me no mind at all. Not hearing anything from back up there, so I don't know. Shot and a miss. You guys familiar with these hot hands, hand warmer things? Yeah. The only way I got any heat out of this thing this morning was shaking it. I don't know what the deal is. That's 2 of these things I've opened and they ain't done anything. I mean, it's just as cold as it is outside, so I can leave them out of the pack from now on. But the one thing I do want to I keep covering my shoulders up. One thing I do want to look into is 20-degree bag. I really need one a little bit heavier. I stayed warm from the bottom. The bottom wasn't an issue last night. It's just like I was losing too much heat from the top. I guess it's time to head back towards the house today. This was a really nice one. Wish I could have got some pictures off of that trail camera. Let's see what's wrong with it. I'll bring it back over one day and set it back out. There's a deer right there in the edge of that field. And it's not limping or anything. It's just moseying along. Evidently it didn't mind the gunfire. So she's all by herself. First things first this morning. Let me get a little chow in me. I'm gonna break out the little alcohol Coke can and fix me up some oatmeal. Sit here and just watch the morning come to. Looks a little cloudy over there towards the sunrise. I don't know. Well, doe was standing right up there. And the gunshot that I heard came from back in that direction over there, where I saw the flashlight this morning. There's a good shot of old Saul this morning. Yeah, you probably hear the barge down on the river. I'm going to have to start using this little apparatus a little more often. It's as quick as a jet boil. And yeah, there's some more of my vacuum seal stuff. Maple brown sugar. And the little bottle here's got honey in it, which I'm going to have to put in my pocket, I think. Alright, let me take care of this before it boils over. Now you can't see much of her. That's that little doe that walked over in the edge of the field as I was fixing breakfast. There's 3 of them over there. I don't know whether you saw that one just walk out of sight there in the trees or not, and there's 2 more behind her. Haven't seen no buck this morning. Well, that wasn't too bad of a wrap up this morning. Got everything packed and ready to get to the car. Very relaxing couple of days. Very relaxing. Kind of needed that. And get to the house and check out that trail camera, see what the problem is with it. I don't know. Try some different batteries or something. I don't know. Before I forget it, I wanted to say something last night when I started the fire, but I started it without you guys. Excuse me. One of my viewers, done working. He come up with the answer to the puffy looking thing that I came back out of that field with. I believe it to be sugar cane plum grass. He sent me the right picture. Thanks, Dunn. Appreciate that. It doesn't work very good for a fire starter, at least not right now. There's a few more of them heads up there. I'm going to get one later on. All I can figure is the inner part of the stalk still had too much moisture in it. Just now, 34 degrees. Hope everybody had a good Veterans Day. Enjoyed the weekend. I know I did. it won't be so long before I get back to you guys after this one. Kind of had to take my little break there, but feeling pretty good out in the woods. Everything looks good. Feel good. Got plenty of rest this time. Got to make a little better arrangements for the cooler weather, though. Need a little more top. I was warm from the bottom, but I was losing too much heat. 40-degree bag, 28 degrees. Go figure, huh? All right, guys. Let me scoot on out of the woods here, and till next time, everybody. We're just waiting for the next big adventure.